Yes, this is me, Hudson George, this evening, doing another live. My topic is about the role of the speaker or speakers in Grenada House of Representatives since 1967. Now presently, Leo Keto is the new or the present speaker of the House of Representatives, right? And in Grenada, how we look at politics is more melee and nobody doesn't do research and so. Now, I don't expect the speaker of the House to be fair. Mr. Man, plain talk bad manners because the speaker of the House is selected by the government in power, right? So, don't expect the speaker of the House to be genuine. Okay. So, let us go back into time. The first speaker of the House recorded, based on what I saw in research, was George E. Klein, 1967 to 1973. Now, George Klein was also a chief minister in Grenada under the leadership of Gary Gulp, because Gary was banned from politics for about a year or so. I think they said Gary violated some laws with a steel pan ban that run through some crowd or what. So they banned him for some time. So he party won the election, but George Klein was the chief minister till Gary could come back, right? And when Gary come back, he take back his party. So George Klein was holding for him. So, okay. So in 1967, Gary Gulp was the government. George Klein was the speaker. Are we going to say George Klein was fair? No. Gary gave him a job. So the speaker go more lean on the government of the day, which is logic. All over the world that happened. Now, secondly, after George Klein was time up in 1973, Gary still won the election again, but RCP Mo became the Speaker of the House 1973 to 1976. Now, George Klein, I think, was from St. David. He was a lawyer. RCP Mo was from Riverside. He was an old-time politician too. He was an old-time politician, right? So RCP Mo was a Gary supporter. So he got more loyal to Gary. This is politics. I don't play politics with things. Then we had Alison Reason from Lafayette. And if I don't lie, I wonder if he went to school with Gary or if he was Gary's teacher. I'm not too sure. I don't want to lie. It's either they went to school together or he was Gary's teacher. Most likely, perhaps he was a schoolmate of Gary or he was Gary's teacher. Because Reason was an old-time headmaster. Right? He was loyal to Gary. Right? Then revolution take place. And we had a Abiance. No, I don't use big intellectual words. Me's a grassroots man. But Abiance means a void or a vacuum. Maurice Bishop revolution banned parliament, right? So within a parliament. Then after Bishop and Koda them kill one another and do all the wickedness, America invade. We had an interim for 1 year. And we had election and then Blaise NNP won the election. The new Speaker of the House, when Blaise came, was Hudson Scipio. Now Hudson Scipio was an old-time GNP. You see? So NNP party really spring from the GNP. A lot of people don't know that. Because Blaise was a GNP. And GNP party was really founded by a man called John Watts. Dr. John Watts. John Watts was from St. Patrick. He was Blaise's friend. But he didn't like to be in the front line. He and Blaise was good buddy, good friend. They were bright guys. I think they went to GBSS together. They were good friends, but John Watts didn't like leadership so much. Blaise was the leader. But later on, John Watts did help Kit Mitchell dethrone Blaise. So, because Kit Mitchell was a GNP once too. So John Watts, the preferred GNP when Kit Mitchell when Blaise get old. And Kit Mitchell, the award John Watts as Speaker of the Upper House in the Senate. After that, Dr. John Watts. Well, anyway, I'm not dealing with the Upper House now. I'm dealing with the Lower House, which is the House of Representatives. So let me stick to my point. Okay. Speakers of the House are always controversial. All right, so 1984 to 1990, the Bradford-Brezan era of the NDC government, that they break away from the NNP. Hudson Scipio was the Speaker of the House. Right? Then, when the NDC beat Blaise NNP in 1990. They ruled from 1990 to 1995. And the Speaker of the House. Sorry, they ruled from 19. Yeah, they ruled from 19. They ruled after. They ruled from 1990 to 1995. Right? Marcel Peters become the Speaker. Now Marcel Peters come kind of controversial too. Because when Blaise won the election in 1984, Marcel Peters was the opposition leader. Gary did win one seat. And Gary asked Marcel Peters for the seat. And Marcel Peters didn't give back Gary the seat. Now he's in St. Andrews, not in the northern seat in St. Andrews. Right? St. Andrews not, whatever it is. That the seat Bola hold for a long time and now Kate Louis have it. So Gary threatened Marcel Peters and tell him when he come back in power, all the good things he gave him before, he go take it back. So Marcel Peters now, when the election come in 1984, in 1990, he go over to the NDC, but he didn't win the seat. But the NDC win and they make him the Speaker of the House. Right? So he was kind of controversial again too. So he moved from Gulp to NDC. Right? So politics in Grenada, as Speaker of the House cannot be fair. Let us be plain. You know me already. I know how to smooth good thing. Alright. So then, Marcel Peters was there, then Kit Mitchell, NNP come back in power. 1995. When Kit Mitchell take over from Blaise, because I tell you, John Watts helped Kit Mitchell dethrone Blaise. But John Watts and Blaise used to be friends once too. All right, politics in Grenada. So the trick now is that now, when the Kit Mitchell, Gulf came back. NNP came back. Kit Mitchell, NNP came back. Came to power. So the end, right? What happened? When he came, a man named George Maguire. I don't know if it's a mistake they're making it. They say he was also a Speaker of the House. So I don't know if how he was the Speaker of the House there. There is a kind of thing puzzling me there. And then after Lawrence Joseph come. So Lawrence Joseph become the Speaker of the House from 2004 to 2008. So I don't know if Marcel Peters they give it up and George Maguire take it in 2003 for a couple months. And then most likely George Maguire perhaps was a NDC. I don't know. But anyway, Lawrence Albert Joseph was the Speaker of the House from 2004 to 2008 under Kit Mitchell. Then I don't know how it happened, but somehow I have George Maguire between there. So I don't know if he moved from NNP to NDC. I find that strange there, so I don't know it, based on what I see in the history. But anyway, then we have when the NNP lost the election to the NDC, George Maguire become the Speaker of the House. So I guess in the history, perhaps they put George Maguire name where he shouldn't be, because based on my recollection, George Maguire is more NDC man, right? So anyway, now after George Maguire, Kit Mitchell lose the election, and George Maguire was the Speaker of the House from 2008 to 2013 under the Tillman Thomas NDC. Then Michael Pierre come when NNP come back to power under Kit Mitchell from 2013 right up to 2022. You see? So, all the speakers on the House, they have a political connection. Now we have Leo Keto. Right? He is as if he's controversial, but he's not the only controversial one. No, I don't make an excuse for Leo Keto. You know me as a man when I give it my thing. I like to give history. I know Leo Keto in person. All I know about Leo Keto, I know Leo Keto was a 7 Days Adventist. And he liked cricket. He used to play cricket. He used to bowl a pretty good medium pace, and I think he used to hit a ball too. I know Leo Keto. But if I ever talk to Leo Keto 6 times in my life, it's a lot. And I don't think so. But I know Leo Keto. He's not my enemy. He was not my enemy. But he's not somebody I know I ever really sit down with. Like, you know, I'm from Hermitage, and he come out in Upper St. John, but then he moved. He lived in Hermitage after for a long time. He married, his wife is from Hermitage. And he lived there for a long time. But he's not somebody I could say I ever talked to maybe 5 times in my life, but I know him. Right? I can't say he's a bad person. I can't say nothing bad about him. And I know he was an Adventist. But what I'm saying, he is an Adventist and he's a politician. But what I'm saying is Speaker of the House now, and then I go spread it across the board, move from the House of Representatives to speakers in both houses now. I'm making a little diversion now, sequencing. Speakers on the House in Grenada, they are all controversial. And in politics, don't follow educated people. Because human beings does change. Especially people at 35. Don't follow them. Follow your mind. Okay, what I know about Leo Cato was a born-again Christian Adventist. I never knew him in politics before. I left Grenada long, but with time, people become politicians, right? So, people grow differently, right? So anyway, now when we go to the upper house now, Senate, Leo Cato is no different from Chester Humphrey, because Chester Humphrey had a strange political belief too. So when I see him as the head of the upper house, senator, he was the man in charge, the president of the upper house. I was surprised too, because Chester was a hardcore left winger in Her Majesty's Parliament now. So Leo moved from religion to Parliament is no different from Chester. Ideology is ideology. And Marcel Peters now, who was a Gulp, he was a elected opposition leader, but because he was threatened by Gary, he became an NDC. So Grenada politics is very funny. So if we understand Grenadian politics, nothing surprised me in Grenada politics. So Chester moved from a radical left to an NNP and become Speaker, the President of the upper house, the Senate. Can you believe? So educated people, don't follow them. Follow your mind, because they just move. And if you check the history of religion, Marxist people say the British Westminster system is not democracy. Now all them Marxists in Grenada, they're in NNP and DC all about because they taste power. You know they say something. When a lion or any predator animal, if they kill a human being, they have to track down that animal and liquidate it, because he wants to taste human meat. He wants more human meat to eat. So all people who have strange ideas, if you did non-Western democracy in belief, or if you are religiously think Jesus coming from the sky overnight and you change, once you taste politics, you don't want to leave it. This system of government we are. So Chester, Leo, all of them, they had other ideology, right? So this is the nature of politics in third world country. When man tastes it, they don't want to leave it. It's sweet. Power. You understand? So this is why anytime a lion kill a human being in Africa, they track down that lion and execute it. The same thing in Canada. If a polar bear or a brown bear or a black bear kill a human being, the forest ranger search for that bear and they wipe it out because they think that bear go kill people again. So it's the same thing with those guys. You was a Marxist or you are a born-again Christian. You taste politics, you love it, you don't want to live. This is why there's crazy leftists now. I just call them crazy leftists. They taste power during the revolution. They're lazy, they can't make political party. So they're in NNP or NDC, they have to survive. This is politics. So my life is, my moral of the story is, the Speaker of the House is not biased. All Speaker in Parliament biased. All, because they're doing a job given to them by the government in power, the party in power give them the work. So they have to be biased. This is politics. And as long as we Grenadians are arguing over the thing, Leo Keto bias. Yes, you have to be biased. When when Pierre was there, Michael Pierre, he speak out the house, he keeping it in order, but he know was the NNP put him there. You understand? That is how politics is in the Westminster democracy. So all of you opening the book and saying the Constitution say that, and the Constitution say that, this is on paper, but in reality, that's not the way, bro. Because politics is about power. And when a party is not in power, they tell you about nepotism, patronizing, partisan, and all them things. All political party does do it because it's an organization. A political party build a paradigm. And as long as that party is in power, the paradigm is alive. The paradigm is alive. The paradigm is alive. But when that party loses the power, the paradigm is no longer alive. The next party come and change the paradigm. So a party in power is a dictatorship for 5 years till the next party come into power. You understand? So don't follow educated people 100% because they could divert human beings. You will see more born-again Christian in politics. You will see more left-wingers, hardcore left, trying to be in parliament too. Baz Diop-Pandey of Trinidad and Tobago, who was the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, was a Marxist once. He won election like a Marxist. And then he become a member of parliament and be prime minister, I think 2 times, once in sharing and once for 5 terms. He shared with the PNM once because there was a split decision in the election. So each party had to rule for 2.5 years. And then he ruled for 5 years. And he was no more a Marxist. His party was more a Hindu party. So Marxist just end up an NNP. Leo, born again, believing in LNG White, become a NDC. Marcel Peters, a hardcore gulp, end up a NDC. You understand? So this is Grenada politics. And don't be surprised when a politician cross the floor. Now, I like to do live and other things, but I don't like to disrespect people. You will never see me disrespect an NDC politician or an NNP politician. Elected or selected, once they're in the House of Parliament, I wouldn't disrespect them. But when I have to criticize, I criticize. I don't say things personal about people. I don't think people who are doing that, you're weak. You have to curse people personally. I'm not into that. But when I give my history, if I have to say things, I go say historically. But I don't go after people and say dirty thing on them now. That is weakness. So I just give in my history, and you should cool out this parliament thing, because no speaker of the house will ever be honest. The only way you will have an honest speaker in the house if the Grenadian people vote for a speaker. And everybody have a bias. But once a government or the day put in a speaker there, what you expect? The speaker and the governor is the same. Governor General, the Prime Minister could fire Cecil Lagrinard if he want. He could fire the speaker if he want right now, because he is in charge. He could move them if he want. What we have to think about is finding job for the whole of Grenada. That is what we have to do. I lose my life, man.